Hello and welcome. Right now I am just going to be doing a quick video. As you can see, I'm going to be doing U96 packs 12 through 13. For the most part, I do need to repaint quite a few things for the rest of it, so right now I'm just going to focus on the two rooms I have right here. Our listening room and command room. The first thing I'm going to definitely want to do is pull the two rooms out temporarily so I can get access to this part right here. Since the first thing they want us to do is label and assemble the motor. Let's get this twist tie off. Actually, now I'm glad that I still have the tester right here, because we are going to, I am going to want to test this. Now we want to put the M4 on the larger of the two, so that would be this side. Now, I know in previous videos you've seen me put lights in, and now you're noticing that they're gone. I'm actually upgrading my lights. Okay. With that end, we can now plug the shorter end into the motor. Fit the gear onto the that's not gonna stay, at least not until we force it into place. But before I do that, let me reach up and around. Grab this, since I do want to get some of this lube. Apply it like so. I'm just going to it's going to fit into place. With this going upward. And attached using two of these screws. And now that we have that in place, that is it for stage 46. Now on, or 45, now on to 46. And welcome back. Alright, now on here with stage 46, we can Alright, now in 46 we need our limiter switches. So the first one we want to find is our Okay, these are not making it easy. Oh, that makes it easier. Alright, and to start off with stage 46, the first thing we want to do is grab our limiter switches. The one with the black wires first. And this is going to go into the end right over here. You're closest to the far end. Push into place and then hold it in with our BP screw, which we have 3 of. So that would be these longer ones. And it's going in from this side right here. So if you just give me 1 second. Alright, and with that, that's that side in. Next, we want to grab the other side. This one right here. And this one will go in the reverse direction. I just will check something. I think it would go like that, but I'm not. Okay, 1 second. Get the channel I want. Alright, so yeah. You want the switch facing in the gear, and you also want it not correct directly onto the thing. And attach it using another BP screw. There we go. Now I'm going to be cutting all this out until I get to the screws. Okay, I'm worried about that heat shrink. Alright, and with that, that's the second one in place. Now we can set this to the side, because what they want us to do now is take the two halves of the chute, line everything up. And push it together. And now they want us to take the giant gear right here and from this side. And it is shaped so you can't put it on wrong. Alright. Once you have it like this, you're closer to being done with this stage. Just make sure that both tabs have been pushed down with a click. Alright. Now that we have this, we can bring back over our room. And feed it. Oops. Gotta be careful. I don't want to not only catch it, but I don't want to snap it onto it. And snap this. Alright, but yeah, you want to thread those into there. Thread, make sure that those are right there. And these are, yeah, these points right here are in line. There's a bit of a gap, I know it. Alright, now we just need the last two screws from before, and we're going to put them into those two holes. And these are AP screws. I'll just mention them later. extra came out, so I'll just put you there for now. Right, that's both of those in place. This thing... Okay, there we go. Now it's fully in place. Oh. Correction. Almost. There's one more screw I need to put into place. Correction, there was actually 3 screws that we need to put into place. There was one there, there, and there. But after all that, we now have all 3 in place. Yes, and this is how we are looking with our command room. Next thing I want us to do is take the shroud that we, or chef cover that we just worked on, thread the periscope through, and down into place like so. Now, I know I could test it, but I'm not going to test it just yet. I want to make sure everything is assembled first before I do the periscope test. Now we just need to ensure it's fully assembled. Now we just need to grab these. First one we need to grab is this guy right here, which will sit right into that hole. First, before I do that, Sorry about that. I just set. I figured before. Or, sorry about that. I just remembered I would like to lubricate this before I put this on. But first thing I want to do is grab this part. Make sure that that notch is in the way. Is facing towards the pole, and put that first one right there. Sorry, I just want to make sure. Yep, I made a mistake. This isn't supposed to go there. It's supposed to go facing the back. This one right here is supposed to face forward. And it's held in using 2 more AP screws. And there they are, both in place. And you do want to be careful. You do not want to break this off. But that is the periscope now into place. I do want to do a quick test with this, so let's. Alright, that motor works, and it goes up and down like it should. And with that, that is 47 complete. Now on to, or 46, now on to 47. Which again, we do not get this room for just yet. Alright, in stage 47, we are going to be starting by labeling our 45 wire. And we put the label around the larger of the 2 plugs again. Of the 2 plugs, we push the smaller one into the outlet on the motor, back over our room. And put the gear in place. Now, I'm going to lubricate this one first. To help avoid binding. As I've learned the hard way with my Zero. Alright, that should do it. Alright, now that we have that in place, we can now attach our motor, which will use 2 BP screws to hold it in place. Right, that's those now in place. Now onto stage 48, but before I start that, let's give this wire Hey, motor. Oh, a quick test. It's working, but it's jumping around. So the motor, it's... Maybe the... Let me try something. Let me get this one. Let's try that. If it's right there, maybe now it'll run smoother. Still jumping around, but hey, that's gonna be normal for a while until it's got something that will provide it with more stability, but oh well. It works. Now let's set this to the side. And this was installed preemptively. So, yeah. Just make sure. It's one of his balls, so I'm just gonna do that. Alright, now on to stage 48. The first thing they want us to do is take this part right here, the next brace, and install it with this little nub right here facing forward. Like so. And since we're going to mill, we're going to need some oil, but they want us to attach it with our AM, or those silver screws right there. The number after I'm done with this. we just needed to do those 4. Because the next thing they want us to do is grab this metal piece right here, attach it underneath, and use 4 more AM screws to hold it into place. Let's see, what would be a good... Actually, it seems to be staying in place quite well. So there's 2, so there's gotta be 1 more that I'll need to put into place somewhere. Okay, that's gotta be the best one. Shoot. That was close. Alright, and that's all 4 of those now in place. Next thing I want us to do is grab the 2 rooms and thread this into the floor of this one. Like so. Nope. Okay. And then we need to install both rooms into position. I'll carefully try not to pinch any wires. that once that's in place, we need to attach this side in this room to the hull using two DP AP screws. Which means that last AM will go right there. This guy just doesn't want to stay loaded. Let's see. Where do I put the... Where did I put that tray? No, that's a pick. It's not a screwdriver. Is it? It's not in there. Oh, under there. Okay. I'll just do my best with mine right now. Nope, that just keeps slipping. Where did I put the... There you are. Nope, that's drill bits. It's not... Oh, it's screwdrivers. It's not in there. It's not there. Oh, here it is. Isn't that... And it's missing a few. Which means that the parts I'm looking for should already be somewhere. Desk. Great. That was so helpful. Oh! There's one of the things I was looking for. It made it slightly easier. Then I need the extension, which... Oh, it's literally right in front of my face. Alright. That's one in. started. That's 2. Alright, so that took longer than expected. I was trying to find where I got my changeable stuff and longer extension, but those 2 APs go into those 2 holes in the sides, and apparently that's actually it for that one. I thought we were going to need to put one more down there, but I guess not in that stage. Let me see, do we do that in... No, we did not. So I guess we just have to hold on to that screw. Anyways, on to the next stage. Oh, hold on to this little screws. Alright, in stage 49, we actually start doing more of these. The first thing I want us to do is essentially grab this bracket right here. Line up all the holes, push it into place, and clip it into place like that. And then we attach it using 2 DP screws. So the only screws that come in this entire kit right here. Our entire stage. Double check, make sure that Alright, that's both in. Next thing they want us to do is grab the bracket right here and clip in the magnet into the back. Alright, like so. And then we attach it right here onto this bracket using 4 DP screws into these 4 holes that you can't quite see on at that angle. But there's 2 here and 2 there. have to worry about. Alright, that's all four of those in, and we have a nice strong bracket in place. Now, the reason I don't have a bracket here is so I can access the lights right over here, but as soon as I get those lights in place, this thing's gonna look really cool. Anyways, the last thing I want to do is attach the last bracket. And in doing this, we actually do need to take a look at the other side. So give me 1 sec to flip this around. Wait on that bracket. Actually, I just thought of this. I actually cannot put that bracket on yet. Because what they would want me to do is take the wires from here, feed it through there, and then while they're fed through there, attach it like that. But because I don't have these lights right here on just yet, I cannot do so. But just until I do, I'm going to leave that in place, but not actually screw it down. So that means I have a spare silver from the previous stage that I have not done anything with yet. Yeah, I need to save these last 2 screws from this bag for later. But with that will be all I will be doing tonight in this build until I get everything painted for these last 3 stages. And everything painted, or as far as I know, are all right here. And some of them are already masked. Well, aside for the wood detailing on some of these parts. Let me just double check. Okay, no, these parts I do need to paint as well. Anything else? Okay, crates I'm gonna need to give that wood treatment. This room definitely gives the wood treatment. Same goes for this right here. That's going to sit on that. Okay, there's a bracket here that needs it. H and G. So these two right here are going to need dark aluminum, which will be gunmetal for me. That's a repeat of the last stage. And here's the last one, which again is just going to require weathering up the wood, giving that a textured look, painting that dark aluminum or burnt iron. And that's it. So yeah, there's no... Alright, so aside from weathering up and repainting a few things, there's not much I need to do with this before I can start building it. However, as for the walls right here, let me double check about the galley. I'm gonna look ahead really quick. Okay, so yeah, that right there was left black. I did not have that bulkhead yet, so I'll definitely be able to paint that one up once I get it. I plan on painting up before I glue the parts on. The door, I'll need to make sure I mask up when I get it and painted it to color. Alright, so yeah, I see how I'm gonna do this. So, alright, so yeah, everything I have so far masked up will be painted blue, burnt iron, and the rest I'm gonna hand paint and everything once I get to it, but this will be all I'm going to be doing for tonight. Remember, this has not been attached. I'm just holding it there just to help lock this wire into place, as well as also make sure that everything doesn't shift around. I do have a few spare screws that I will need to take and make sure I don't lose. In fact, let me put them in there. And then put the... Nope, that wasn't the floor. It was this guy. I'll put this back into place over it. And that'll be it for the night. We did a good amount of work. My U96 is definitely coming along once I get these lights into place. It'll definitely look a whole lot better. Especially since I've seen Todd Hobby Time Maulers basically do his light mod, and Ian from Pitstein Hobbies also did it, and they look absolutely amazing. Now, with that, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video.